Hi fossil fans, it's your paleontologist Ross here at Mote Marine Laboratory. Now although we are closed, we have an awesome temporary exhibit called Savage Ancient Seas. Now it's all about fossils and prehistoric marine life. Now you can't come visit us in person, but I want to bring Savage Ancient Seas to you. So let's go on a behind the scenes tour and see all the amazing animals, fossils, bones, relics that we have here that we can bring right to your house. So here we are inside Savage Ancient Seas. Now just to give you a little background, this display is coming from the Dinosaur Resource Center in Woodland Park, Colorado. So we have all of these amazing fossils on loan from that exhibit. Now what makes this exhibit so exciting is that we're taking you all the way back to the late Cretaceous period. Now the really hilarious part is everything you see around you is technically a native species to North America. Although these are prehistoric marine reptiles and fishes, what used to be North America was actually an underwater sea. So this giant inland sea called the Western Interior Seaway. So the Great Plains that stretched across the current North America actually used to be underwater. So what is now a current sea of grasses literally used to be underwater. So you can find shark teeth and fossils in Kansas and Nebraska. So we're going to take a closer look at all these amazing organisms that were swimming right where you're standing today. Now what you're looking at right now, I'm sure you can tell, is a gigantic sea turtle. Now the really bizarre part is that sea turtles are living fossils. So although we are in the late Cretaceous, not much has actually changed from a prehistoric sea turtle to a modern sea turtle. Now this enormous sea turtle you're looking at right now is called Archelon, and it is the largest species of sea turtle that has ever existed ever. Just to put that into perspective, this massive fossil you see behind you has a 17-foot flipper to flipper span, which is wild to think about. This enormous turtle actually got to 5,000 pounds. So the largest turtle that we have in today's oceans is the leatherback, and that generously gets to about 1,100 pounds. So this was a monster. Now the wild thing to think about is that sea turtles really haven't changed that much. This sea turtle still hauled itself up onto beaches to nest. Now one of the things that I'm sure you are noticing is that sea turtles back in this period had giant Swiss cheese-like holes in their shell. Why in the world would they do that? Well, that's really special because considering how enormous they are, weight is a huge limiting factor. So in order to cut out some weight, they actually have some holes cut out of their shell. So while they were living, it was completely covered. But as that tissue started to rot away, the only part that remained as a fossil is the skeletal parts, considering that there are all these holes in the top carapace of that sea turtle. So sea turtles, because they haven't changed much in millions of years, face a lot of the same challenges they did back then that modern day sea turtles face today. So on average, a sea turtle lays about 100 eggs per nest, around 10 times per nesting season. So that is around 1,000 hatchlings that are actually making it out into the ocean. But here's the crazy part, only one out of those 1,000 hatchlings will actually make it to adulthood. Now that's a modern day statistic, but scientists believe that prehistoric turtles like Protostega, the one right above me, still had those similar odds. Now, a hatchling is a delicious bite-sized snack for a lot of animals living in the ocean. So unfortunately, sea turtles did face a lot of challenges. Now, one of the things that makes prehistoric sea turtles so unique is that if you notice the outside of their shell, the very top and outside of that carapace, you'll see that it's bumpy and serrated. Well, that's a really great defense mechanism that if they are trying to get attacked by a larger predator, if they have those spikes and ridges, that actually is a really big deterrent for those predators to continue with their attack. So modern day sea turtles are much faster swimmers, but these prehistoric sea turtles were bigger, slower, heavier, and as a result, they needed extra armor in order to solidify their defenses.